All right, we're gonna go into a cable chest fly now. So just before we start, what I like to use is actually like to use a foam roller. So if you have a look there, there's a foam roller behind me. That's just gonna help me sort of wrap my scapula around and get me a nice big stretch without wanting those shoulders to roll forward. So it's just to get a little bit more out of the chest. Again, you don't have to use it if you don't want, but I find it just helps with a bit of extra range. So in terms of setting these cables up, we want these set up not too high so that when we fly, everyone always likes to come across the shoulders here. What we want to do is actually have the cables set up like they are now to come across, and you'll notice they're coming out, but they're not as high as my shoulders, they're coming across my chest. And we're having a slight bend in the elbows, and then we're focusing on trying to drive the elbows together at the top. So we're controlling, we're having a stretch, we're bending the elbows there, and we're stretching. So a lot of people will either come just too wide like that and start using their biceps to try and bring it in, or they'll just start bending their shoulders and turning into more of a press. So we want to make sure it's a fly. So we're trying to go around, slight bend in those elbows, drive together. And again, around, slight bend in the elbows, drive together. And so I'll show you what angle we want in a sec. We're gonna do one more of these. And then coming through here, the angle we want, if you can see where my hands are, they're not gonna be up here and out here. We're basically gonna be slight bend, so you notice how there's a slight bend, and then I'm driving together. So I'm not trying to bend at the top, I'm trying to squeeze, I'm having a slight bend and stretch, keeping that chest tall, and then driving together. And that's how we're gonna get the most out of the cable chest fly.